I'm like a hopeless romantic. You know, it's so bad. That's why I'm like, we like totally switched personalities on this show, you know, because normally I'm not the hook one. But, yeah, I'm a hopeless romantic, so, you know, had to come over on New Year's Eve and, you know, watch fireworks on TV, had a good time. We might have smoked a little weed or something like that.
Absolutely.
You know, but came time, you know, bedtime, you know, right?
Because it was 12, the ball had
right. So
it was time to lay down.
Right. You know, I mean, when it's the first time, it's all about the feeling. You know what I'm saying? And when it felt right. Right. When you feel right.
Hit, bitch. Like bedtime.
Right. You know, and you kind of young and feeling things out, and you just kind of like inching your little way over, you know.
Please tell me you didn't. Please tell me you.
I didn't. You know why we both.
That reminds me of back in the day when you be like, is she gonna let me? Is she gonna let me? Ooh, she let me.
That's how I felt. That's exactly how I felt. Like, I mean, it was high school. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
imagine what guys go through. You know when they be begging, they be like, oh my God, let me just stick the tip in. Let me just. Like, nigga, what you gonna get out the tip? No, fuck that. What if I gonna get out?
Fuck the tip, but what about sticking your whole dick in my inbox? Please stop. I'm Yo, and then I put it on Facebook. I will put it on somebody's wall, and then I get.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
Are you getting your kids this hoverboard thing that's taking over the country? They range from $300 to $600. They're blowing up. And then, I mean, literally blowing up. That one video, I thought that was going to be the one and only video that I saw in reference to it, and it wasn't. I seen, now I could probably tell you about 10 to 15 videos of this happening where this battery gets super, super hot and burns like holes into your tennis shoes.
Oh my.
And I know you would be pissed if you was wearing Jordans and you just paid all that money, you know, your lights are off. And
especially if they're from China.
Your lights off.
Check out the Talk Lately show every Tuesday nights from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on Be Exposed
there's
Radio.
My son. You've been in your room all morning.
Hey, Dad.
Matt, what's wrong with your voice?
There is nothing wrong with my voice.
Oh, well, it's just sort of.
I have been playing my video games and electronic games for so many hours.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds like it might be time for you to take a break, or...
Hello, Dad.
Susan?
I have been watching TV and text messaging all morning. Yay, electronics. Yay.
Guys, I think it's about time to get in the car and take a little trip. Maybe see some trees, some green things.
What are these green things you speak of?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now. What's up and welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. It's a Happy New Year because this is our first show for... Oh, let me turn my sound down. This is the first show for the new year. We have some interesting things coming up for the show. Some traveling, some events, some new stuff.
Yeah.
So how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. First of all, Happy New Year to everybody out there. You know, make sure y'all brought the year blessed and, you know, a full stomach from all that food I know y'all had on Christmas and New Year's and all that stuff.
So what did you do for the holidays?
Honestly, for the holidays, I really didn't do nothing. I spent time with my kids.
Okay.
Well,
that's something.
Well, it is something. I spent time with the kids, and then for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, I was actually in church. So I went to church that morning and then went to church that night.
Okay. A little double dose. Yeah. It hasn't been a Christmas on a Sunday in as long as I can remember.
I know, right? So
it was a little different bringing in Christmas and New Year's Eve on Sunday, but we made it through. Yeah. This Christmas and New Year's Eve for me, I spent it. I don't want to say solo because I wasn't completely alone, but I didn't do as much. Like going to people's houses and having people over. My friend spent the Christmas through New Year's Eve with me, so that was my company. And basically, we just watched TV and ate, and went to the market every now and again across the street to refuel and replenish the refrigerator. But that was it. I wanted to spend it calm.
Right.
You know, I didn't want too much hoopla. I never go out. Only thing I do on New Year's Eve is watch night service. So that's the only thing that I really do. Because it fell on a Sunday, I only went to watch night service. I didn't do the double header. I didn't feel like my soul needed that much cleaning that I couldn't managed to miss one of the services that day. Right. But that's what I did. I also got to travel a little bit, did a couple of road trips, just a few of them, throughout the course of the couple weeks that we haven't been here. My friend, he's like a truck driver, so I always wanted to know what it felt like to like just travel, and he does like medium-sized distances, so we got to do that a couple times, see a couple cities, and outside of that, only other thing I did was yesterday, I went to the Tank and the Bangers concert.
The Tank and the Bangers?
At the Meyerhoff Symphony House. Okay. And it was awesome. That was my first time actually seeing them perform. I wanted to go when I was in New Orleans, but they were out of town when I went, so I didn't get a chance to see them. And then I was supposed to go see them in Philly, and something happened that weekend where I couldn't make it, so I finally got to see them perform live, and they were actually really good. If you don't know who Tank and the Bangers is, please look them up. They actually got to perform. They do this series at the Meyerhoff here in Baltimore, where they mix their orchestra company up with other regional, local, international acts, and they kind of start the show with the symphony, and then they bring in the headliner, and then they kind of do a collabo at the end. So Tank and the Bangers, which is they're a group out of New Orleans, they do kind of a soul mixed R&B mixed spoken word mixed with this like funk, and it all like hip hop mixed together, and it is Tank and the Bangers. And then at the end they mixed, so the conductor for the symphony orchestra, one of the conductors, resident conductors, composed a couple of the Tank and the Bangers songs, did them, and they had like this 8-piece cello section that it was really good. So it was a lot. And then opening up the show was J Pope. If you don't know her, she's a local artist, singer style. And kind of the theme of yesterday was kind of folk meets classical-esque. So it was kind of like those two performers matched with the orchestra. It was a great collaboration. But outside of that, I'm not a big resolution person. That's why we didn't do that towards the end of the last year. But what I do is I plan. I like to plan. And every year for the show, I kind of took it in a different direction. So last year was more so about being your best self. Anything that we can do to help you be your best self and preparing for whatever you want to do, that's kind of what the thing was last year. This year is more so let's go and get it. Whatever you want, whatever you've been hesitating, whatever you've been putting off, whatever you've been preparing to do in the upcoming last few years, now it's the time to just go get it. So each show, we're going to focus on something that's going to help you get to where you want to go. So today's show is more focused on forgiveness. So I posted a post earlier about forgiveness being a really important tool in growth and just maturing and just moving forward. So today we'll talk about a little bit of forgiveness, and over the next couple weeks it's more so cleaning out the luggage, the junk. The extra baggage. The extra baggage, so that travel and that journey will be a little bit lighter than what it would be if you just carried all that stuff with you. And forgiveness, I started with forgiveness because I am petty in that I forgive, but I never forget. And I always look at people sideways in my journeys, and it's not healthy because I've never truly gave you. It hurts me in terms of being able to trust people. So for me, forgiveness is my first start, and that's going to be our first topic in terms of forgiveness and trying to, like you said, cleaning out that junk to get to the good stuff, so we can know what we have on hand and we know what we need to put into the basket, and then we can move forward. So is there anybody that you want to forgive?
Me? Actually, I'm a forgivable type person, you know, because I always look at it. If God can.
Do you forget?
No, I won't forget.
So that's not forgiving. Then.
But no, you're not going to forget. That's like, come on, that's like we know you did it, but I still forget.
But forgetting is in terms of letting it go.
No, yeah, letting it go. Yeah, that's what you talk about, like actually like forgetting. If like.
Well, you're never going. If you forget, it's going to happen to you again.
But no, but yeah, I'm a very forgiving person because I always look at it. If God can forgive us, why can't we forgive others? And also, I'm like, it's temporary, so you never know if that person's going to be here the next day or not. You know what I'm saying? And even though like I like to share love everywhere, so I can easily forgive you. You know, so like I forgive you for what you did. You know, you was probably wasn't thinking, you was irrational, you wasn't on a mature level, you wasn't really there all the way. So I feel as though I forgive you. I have a clean heart. I'm good. You know, I don't want that weighing my conscience down. So I forgive you right there.
Now the question is, do you need to be forgiven for something?
Do I need to be forgiven for something? Only way I know about that if I can.
No, what you know about? We're not going to skate under it like that.
It's not skating under it. As far as I know, I try not to do anything so I can make people say, "Oh man, sorry, you forgive me" or something.
Do you have trouble forgetting?
Forgetting?
Yeah, forgetting.
Yeah, I do have trouble forgetting because
I'm gonna say letting go. I'm not gonna say forgetting.
No,
but letting go.
I don't have trouble letting go. It's just more, I just don't forget, so I'm just more cautious with
See, and that's the point of me doing this year.
Like I do forgive, I forgave you, but I learned my lesson. So now I'm just going to be more watchful.
Because I was watching over the break, I watched a lot of YouTube, and I just went crazy with it because I didn't have much to do, and it was warm, and I got to lay in my bed and just push next. Yeah. I watched this Oprah clip, and it was talking about forgiveness was the topic of it, but she was talking in terms of friends and family and colleagues that she had to let go and get out of her life. Now, one of the things was if things work better, you get yourself together, get your life together. If I get myself together, my life together, then we may be able to reconcile. But this letting go of anything that does not do your body any good, physically, mentally, spiritually, just let it go. If it's meant to be, and if both parties come together at some point and get things together, then we can do this. Now, I have a lot of friends and family that, because I forgave you, but I didn't necessarily let things go, it's hard for me to reconnect with people. And I'll be honest about that and let people know that's hard for me. So when I get quiet and I stop communicating, it's very hard for me because things are coming up in me. I'm not a petty person, but it's really hard for me to let go of things because for me, I don't think I'm perfect. I'm nowhere near a saint, but what I am is a good person. I'm a very good person to my friends, to my family, to the ones that I love, and it's very hard for me to go past the fact that you knowingly hurt somebody.
Yeah, I can't do that. That will weigh heavy on me if I knowingly hurt somebody. Because even like if I get in a debate and I feel as though sometimes I don't even be wrong, but I still say, forgive me if I offended you, or that if I did offend you. Because
I have trouble doing that.
Like,
I'm gonna be honest.
See, I can ask somebody, if I did offend them, what I'm saying, I do ask you for forgiveness right then and there, because I don't want bad blood, and I don't want that on my conscience.
Well, no, you didn't say if I did something wrong. I'm really good at if something happened,
right.
I know how to apologize. But for me, I don't necessarily accept apologies, because if you were sorry, you wouldn't have did it in the first place.
But some people be angry and not think, they just let it out.
But that's their truth coming out at that point. That's truth coming out. If you a better person or a conniving person, that's when it's going to come out, when you're mad at somebody.
But sometimes you don't even mean it. You just doing it because you're angry.
Yeah, but that means it's still in you to do, though. It's still in you to do.
True.
I'm not going to slash somebody's tires because I'm mad at you. Because if I do that, it was in me to do it regardless.
Right.
I just needed something to set a fire and ignite that in me.
Right.
So I don't accept apologies. And that's how it hurts me, because people who do require an apology for something or require for me to accept an apology, it is very hard.
And sometimes I can understand if it's hard, as far as like if someone do something and then they don't come apologize to you, to someone else said to them.
Right.
Like if no one ever came and said to you that they knew this. Like it was an incident when me growing up. It was involving a family member, and I knew that they said a lot of things about me, and it was hurtful because it was coming from an adult that you're supposed to be
an adult,
right? An adult, and like she didn't know that I knew, but when she found out that I knew what she was saying and all the things that she's done, yeah, and then she tried to come to me and apologize, like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I'm like,
well, see, it means a lot to me if you can physically say it, especially when I know that you are sincere about it. But it gets to me, those apologies that can't be uttered,
right?
And I'm just supposed to accept that you're sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I feel what you're saying. Like those are the ones that's hard to accept. If someone tell you, like, if someone by a third party, you think, "Oh, now I'm gonna go apologize because he knows." But if I never, you never knew that I knew, would you have come and apologize?
Right.
So those are the ones that are hard to accept, but I still accept.
And I have no issue with accepting apologies. It's just I don't believe in them, because you wouldn't have done it any other time. Like you would have still done it if you didn't get caught, and would you have been sorry? So that's in the back of my mind. But as I've grown older, and I'll be 35 this year, that's the second time I've said it out loud this year, so it's kind of grasping on me a little differently. But I said to myself, I'm gonna let certain relationships that I let go, and I'm not gonna allow things to linger on or go with me in my journey, because I saw how it was slowing me down and sometimes stopping me in certain areas. Right. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BigExposedRadio.com.
I got some stuff.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous.
You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
By Demand Radio Show.
2 years ago. If you broke that bike and it don't work, that's on you, brother. I suggest you get that toolkit out back and then start working with it, right? Yeah. So my son's looking at me like, wow. And I broke down to him how we had got fixing flat tires down to a science. You understand what I mean? Sticking the tube in the water. Right? Talk to me, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, critical thinking. And see, and we look at that now, and like kids, they not as on hands like we were back in the day.
That's because nowadays you don't have to put the bikes together anymore. They can come assembled.
Yeah, everything's coming assembled.
In the store, they ask you like if you want it already assembled.
Right.
Back then, you just got the box with 1,000,000 pieces.
Right, and today I don't think they could work with that.
It's just like the thought process. Nowadays, you get a bike that's already put together. Now, when you were younger, you had to put this bike together.
You got to put it together.
That basically closes your mind into learning how to do something.
Yes.
Now you're giving it something. So, okay, you take this. And this is what it is.
Right,
so now we have to run with this instead of teaching the child, this is how you put this together so you see the result as this.
Right. Critical thinking. I like that.
Hey,
so look,
this is
cut you off, Mr. Denise, but let's go to our first commercial break,
and
then we're going to come back and finish talking about
Check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
With our parents, they gotta have the best of everything. Or when you go to school, you gonna kill them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you look and it's like, did you have it like that when you was in school? Nah, girl. My parents, I had to go to school with stuff, old tennis shoes and stuff like that. I ain't gonna let my kids go there, but a decent pair of tennis shoes, a decent slacks, whatever. I'm kind of glad that they did the uniforms.
Oh my God, they did the uniforms right while I was leaving.
They did the uniforms. It was like 2 years behind me right after I left from school. And I'm like, oh man, it saved a lot for our parents. It helped the parents a lot. But still, they still found the way to live vicariously through their kids.
Yeah. Because like with my daughter's school, when she was in school, as long as she wore the shirt, the school shirt, she could wear any pants. Or as long as she had like the cardigan on, a school cardigan, she could wear any outfit.
And do you realize, like private schools, county schools, deep county schools, they've been in different towns. They already been wearing uniforms. Even when you watch like an after school special, they have on uniforms. We're the only ones in the urban areas that did not have on uniforms.
Yeah.
We still were.
We was late getting
We were super late.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, good people? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger. Make sure you check us out every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Football, you basically have a good 10 to 12 years, and that's what it is.
Well, you have a lot of people retiring early. It's funny, a lot of me and my alumni from UVA, where I graduated from, one of our fellow Wahoos, he retired yesterday, 32 years old. To Brigashaw Ferguson, and he's been in the league like 10 or 12 years. So like you said, a lot of guys are making that change on their own now because they're seeing a lot of things from the the concussion movement, stuff that's been happening. Is not the noun, is the effects later, because you see different stories of men are in like their 50s and some are committing suicide because of the banging and the voices or the concussions. And
did you see that?
I haven't got a chance to see it. But
not the movie, but did you see those effects?
I have seen concussions in college where guys have played that whole entire game and didn't realize they was at a football game.
Wow.
But like when you
are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up and welcome back. Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. Just some house cleaning before we start. First of all, we got Damonn back. He got his new specs on.
Hey, how y'all doing out there?
And we have SweetBaBy joining us.
Hello, world. Happy New Year.
And if you saw the new flyer that marketing that we put out, we also have TJ joining us, and he'll be coming in throughout the month and not just on the second Saturday now, but he'll be joining us as a full co-host now on the show. I look really warm on that.
I just saw that?
This is one of my creations.
I stay buying stuff.
This is really warm.
I need that because and it shows up really well. Like I was like, yes, Nate, come through with that, and I knew you made it.
Because sometimes because I used to be like an office manager, and I I did not like sitting in the office with a scarf wrapped around your neck. This is real uncomfortable. And so I wanted to create something that I could feel comfortable sitting in. Because it's just the back of your neck is good. It just be like right here, that'd be cold for me. So I tried to create something that was, a little different. It's also one that you see Tracy Jiggets with. It's like a blue scarf, but that's more like an infinity one that goes all the way around. But that's just a little bit of jewelry. And we're going to actually have a show. I planned a show in February. In preparation for Valentine's Day, and we're gonna sit on here and we're gonna make some stuff. Hence, your opportunity to make some jewelry.
Okay.
And we're gonna create some stuff. SweetBaBy gonna bring out her paint and show us how to get some stuff.
I picked it back up. Like I had a mishap and all of my supplies got. I no longer had any more of my supplies. So I have been building back up my supply stash, and I've been working on those. So earrings are coming.
But we're going to do a Valentine's Artist Exchange edition. I'm going to make sure TJ can be here for that. And we're just going to create some art right here live on the show. Yes. So stay tuned for that. So in me talking about that, we have a lot. We have a lot coming up. Like yesterday, so I'll say this. If you have an event or if you want to use us as media, one of your media outlets for your event or your upcoming symposium, or I've been invited to so many different things in the next couple months. We'll be doing a lot of outsourcing and going out into the community and doing things of that nature. But if you want to bring us to your event, definitely hit us up at info@theartistexchange.org or the Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com. Like I said, our new website will be launching this January. We're going to actually have a nice little video creation thing to go along with it. So those details will be coming up shortly.
A shindig?
Not quite a shindig, because it's not a meal. I'm not giving you a whole 4-course meal, but
this is
a little, a little taste. A little taste from Pockets with the Lord Slim into 2018. But so look forward for that. So you can now still go to the website www.theartistexchange.org and you can subscribe. You'll see the landing page and it'll be updated a little by little. We have a lot more stuff to add to it. There's going to be a marketplace where visual artists, more so artists in general, can sell their work. A couple pieces just to introduce who they are. We're not doing a whole collection of pieces, but you'll be able to sell your work through there. The proceeds from the artist market will be going to a select charity. We want to help just as much as we want to receive. So we're going to be helping people. So if you have a charity that you want us to help support each month, the proceeds from that artist market will go to that specific charity. So send us your information, send us your websites, and we'll look through things and we'll send out a message to confirm this month is yours. Also, we'll be doing some out and about in the community, workshops, events, so on and so forth. So definitely look out for the calendar that will be on the website. All this stuff will be on our social media, but the source for everything would be on our website. Ticket information. So if you are an event and you want to take your tickets through our website, definitely hit us up, the Artist Exchange Radio Show at gmail.com or info@theartistexchange.org. Shout out to my really best friend Jana for undertaking such a massive idea that I had to put all of my thoughts onto one web page, and she's been really patient with me the last 3 or 4 months in putting this all together. So we're going to be launching it really soon. And if you go to the website, theartistexchange.org, www.theartistexchange.org, put your email in, you'll be the first to know when the website goes live and every time we get an addition to it. Shout out to all the other businesses that I've been seeing popping up marketing wise, promoting. Shout out to For the Culture, a young group of individuals out of Morgan State University. They've been giving me these. If you go to their app, they have an app, Go to any of your app stores and download For the Culture. They have an awesome app where it has all this cultural.
Yes, I actually just posted a picture the other day, like maybe 3 days ago. Like, if you haven't looked at this app, take a look, because I use evolving. It. Right.
There's a lot of events on there. They got a lot of pop culture, a lot of did you know, remember this, a lot of information, cultural, historical. Yeah. And speaking of historical, we will be going to the African American Museum of History and Culture in D.C., part of the Smithsonian conglomerate of museums dedicated to African American history. It starts with slavery down in the basement, the lower levels, I won't say the basement, the lower levels of the museum. And as you grow up each floor, you get more and more present day. And it's a phenomenal one. I have to admit, I just went on the second, on Tuesday.
Oh, so he went without us to give us a pre.
Well, no, it was supposed to be a gift to my friend who's actually a part of one of the exhibits there, the Green Book. He's a part of the Green Book exhibit. And I'm so mad because I missed the callback for that. And I'm not going to settle on that. So forgiveness, letting it go. Letting it go. But I got to go. So it was a gift to him to be able to see himself at the museum because he hadn't got a chance to go. And I wasn't going to go last minute. It was like, okay, let's go. Right. I don't like wasting tickets. But on the 11th, next Thursday, the show and maybe like 30 some other people will all be converging onto the museum. And it'll just be a day. We'll be going live, so definitely stay tuned for that. I've been there 3 times already, so
good gracious.
Right. It really takes that long to really see everything, but there time passes, so you have to register for time passes. And I believe the 3rd of this month, yesterday, Wednesday, they've reopened it up, so starting in April. So they are booked up forever, but every now and again they'll have opportunities to be able to go and register for tickets. But we'll talk more about that when we come back from our break. Don't go anywhere. The Artist Exchange Radio Show only on BigExposedRadio.com.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
you can't even see the top of that thing.
Even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Crystal Renee Radio Show.
We call them pen pals in my family.
So glad you said that word, because I've actually found out that there are websites, ladies and gentlemen. There are dating websites for men who are incarcerated. Yes. I'm so fucking lonely. I just sign up for one of those websites.
Don't do it.
Don't you think I shouldn't?
Because they passing your letters around.
Is that what they do?
And one of his friends go send you a letter, and then they go wind up asking you for a Verizon phone card and a couple dollars on their books because they just spent all that money.
You know a little bit too much.
Their daughter. I told you I have uncles.
Okay.
I know the game.
All right. Well, we're going to talk more about the game. The topic of the day, you guys, is called Dangerously in Love. Pen Pals.
Edition.
You're
listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
And you have to do some self-care, right? Because you begin to break yourself down, worrying about how people will be or how people are treating you, and you see them damaging your life, but something in you just wants to be patient with them. But you have to learn how to let people go. Everybody is not meant to be there for a lifetime, and you have to learn your lesson and move on sometimes.
Some people are there just for a season, you know. And it's like you have people in your life that are roots, you have people in your life that are branches, and you have people in your life that are leaves.
Right.
You know, you got the people that's there, like the leaves, they gonna be there, hey, I'm just here, you know what I'm saying? Something
as soon as the wind blows.
Snap, let me get out of here. Oh, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And then you got that one branch, like, you know, I'm gonna fight with you for a second. Oh, snap, the wind too strong. She broke off. But you got that one, you got those roots there, you know, those are your elders, the one that's actually there showing you the way, you know, that's actually taking their time. And it's just helping.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. This is our first show for 2018, and we're here live at the Be Exposed Radio, the award-winning Be Exposed radio station.
You better throw that in there.
I breathed it on the board right there.
Yes.
Shout out to all the new shows. We have a new show coming tomorrow, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., and I'm going to have that name in just a few seconds. I feel bad because I don't have On the Come Up. That's what it is, On the Come Up. And they are, and it's a young lady, Miss Mimi Howard. She'll be hosting that show 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Saturdays. No more new shows right now, but if you want to join this Be Exposed, the award-winning Be Exposed radio station, definitely hit me up at info@beexposedradio.com, or you can call me directly. I like to talk to people at 443-839-0118. Now, if I don't answer, just leave a message. I'll always return your call. But if you want to bring your show on or start a new show, or you want an idea, you always thought about one, hit me up. I'm the person that helps to bring on new shows here, so definitely hit me up, and I'm ready to talk to you. So, without any further ado, we were talking about this year. Our theme is Let's Go Get It. And in going to get it, you have to travel. And in order to travel, you have to pack some bags. And we already come with baggage. And we're trying to kind of empty that suitcase and, you know, pack light. But in order to pack light, you got to forgive. So the first show today is all about forgiveness. Or being forgiven, or allowing someone to forgive. Or accepting forgiveness, rather. Is there anybody you want to forgive, or you want to forgive you?
The thing about me is that I don't have those issues. I have never had a problem with saying, look, this is what happened. I apologize. I'm sorry. Like, however way you want to take it. Some people say, oh, don't say I'm sorry, because that, you know, it has a negative connotation. You calling yourself sorry. I do both. I'm sorry and I apologize. I do not like friction. I do not like tension.
Right.
At all. And I don't like feeling guilty. I don't like being the party that causes trouble.
Yeah.
And I never do it intentionally. Well, no, I won't say I never do it intentionally. You take that back.
She got some patty in
because I got a little bit of patty in me. It's usually not.
But that's what, that part of forgiveness is what then you would have to work on. It's the petty level.
I'm working on it. And the level has decreased dramatically. It's
a work in progress.
Yes.
So I'm not saying today's show we got to solve this problem, but making us aware of it is part of the issue. Yes. And I've said to Damonn, I have an issue with not so much accepting anyone's apology, but I believe if you were truly sorry, you wouldn't have did it. That's what, because you're not sorry. You're sorry you got caught. You're sorry that it hurt my feelings. You're sorry that this has now been brought to the light.
And see, when I apologize, I'll say I'm sorry that it hurt you. Like, right. I won't even say that.
And that's how I normally apologize.
I'm sorry.
Look, I meant everything that I said.
Right.
But I'm sorry that it hurt your feelings. And that's only how, and people get twisted because of that. I remember a couple times growing up, I've had family members that did, family members and friends. I won't just harp on my family, but family and friends, and it's individuals in general that has done me wrong. And for me, it's the fact that I know that you know that I know that what you did was wrong.
Right.
And I saw what you were doing, and you did it anyway. Even when it was like a confrontation, and it was, you know, us butting heads. The fact that somebody like me, you could disrespect. Somebody who would never outwardly disrespect anybody. And I'm not perfect because I've done it before, but it's always been in defense, and that doesn't make it right. But I never seek to hurt anybody. I never put myself in a space where I want to get to you before you get to me.
Right.
I've never been that person.
Yeah.
So when people come at me that way, as I've grown older, I opened up a door where I started feeling things. And that, I don't want to say that was the worst thing that I could have ever decided to do, but it took me the last, I would say 2 years to really manage that. Because I never had that door open before. I never allowed that door to be open. And it really hurt me that people knowingly, like, they talk about you, they say things about you, they knowingly put dirt on your character without any, like, you know what, I shouldn't do this because maybe this person working hard for their name. Maybe this person is going extra. And I try not to be that person. I really do. Even when somebody's sitting down gossiping with me, I normally like, oh, okay. And then it'll be moments where you get caught up in it and you gotta say, no, I don't want to do that.
Right.
So those people I've really excommunicated myself from. And they know who they are. And it's no like I'm judging you. I just can't be a part of that anymore.
I completely agree. I saw something online that was something to the effect of grown people need to stop bonding over gossip. And I completely
Because if they
agree.
talk about somebody with you, they'll talk about you to somebody.
Right. Yeah,
and it's that cycle. And I have to you know, when you're in a room full of friends or you in a group of friends, it's comfortable to do that. Because I have some friends, some of my artist friends that I'm really good friends with, and we get down and it just become a joke session. And even that I have to stop myself because I've been the butt of that. And I don't care what anybody thinks. I was raised with that level of confidence. But my name, what I've worked for, means so much more to me than anything. Like, it really does. Outside of my mother and my nieces, it means the world to me. So don't put your name or your dirt on my name.
Right.
So part of me, forgiveness is really letting go and not really caring at all. Because for me, my insecurities lie in the name that I've built for myself. That's where my insecurities lie. Like the ability for you to be able to steer somebody wrong. But I've had to look at that as if you could steer somebody wrong, they were already going in that direction on their own. All you did was just help tour them, you know, steer them a little bit more sharply in that direction. So I've had, especially the small to more that we live in, you really have to not care and just go out. And I noticed the second half of last year when I started doing that more in terms of being an artist, because me, the man, Nate, is good. It's the artist, Nate, that was about to just pop off on people. And I can't be that person because it's easy for me to get to that point. And it's really hard for me to just let go. So I've bit my tongue to the point of blood, trying not to be so vocal about things that I'm thinking about. And you have to just live in a space of just letting go. Forgiveness, I think, is the easiest part, but it's just the letting go. Because I gave a lot of side eyes over the last 3 years because I didn't care. Like, because I could see you. And people don't, I think sometimes we feel like people don't see us. And we feel like we can hide behind that smile or that hey friend.
Personally,
hey, friend.
I was told, and I'm working on me. I'm working on me. And
you better twice.
I'm working on me. I'm working on me.
Like that's just the thing. Like that's really my thing. Like I'm working on me because I know how I am. And I have a mentor, and I was told, hold it for 3 days. After that, let it go.
Or look at that 5, 15, 20-year thing. If it will not affect you, then let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
And because I'm a person that will stew in something.
Ooh.
FDD,
that's where that petty lies.
Yeah.
That's
and
where that petty
lies. It'll be like that
lies.
for months, even years. I don't get
well,
like.
You stewing in that room.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I was told, and that's been working for me. I was told 3 days is the limit. After that, let it go. So it's been working, and you know it's a matter of growth, and you have to reflect on yourself. You cannot like you said on the show last year about pointing fingers. Always ready to point fingers, but it's 3 fingers pointing back at yourself.
So what part in this mess did you have?
Exactly.
Because everybody's like, well, no,
you
I'm
have
the
to take
victim.
accountability.
No, because at some point you could have just not cared. At some point, you could have just let it go. At some point, you could have said, you know what? Have a nice day. But this right here isn't working anymore.
Yes.
You could have done that at any moment, but you wanted to stay in that foolishness.
Right.
You wanted to stay in that muck and that mire and just get petty. And that's petty's address is stewing in the gunk and the BS of it all. That's where petty lives. And when you go past petty house, it's really hard to leave because it's real comfortable there. Because I get to throw shots from out the dark. And when you really petty, it's in broad daylight in somebody's face. And that's when it becomes, you can't come back from that. Because you now at that point are burning bridges that you could have just said, you know what? Go get your life together, or, better yet, let me go get my life together. And at some point, we can come back together, then hey.
Ain't no coming back together for me personally. Like,
but see, in growth.
I can't. Once
so that means you're not letting it go.
That's
holding on.
It's not
that
holding
one pinky
on.
Holding on.
It's just that I'm not going to, I exhaust all of the, because I don't want regrets. I don't want to revisit. I don't want to reconsider.
Right.
I'm a go until I can't, and then when it's done, it's done. Ain't no coming back. And I do it for clean slate, like it's cut and dry. That's just it.
Now, in times when reuniting is possible, it won't always be the same thing.
Right.
Like somebody who was my friend did something really dirty to me at one time, and I remember there was an opportunity for us to come back, and I remember I said out my mouth. Right. Now, don't take me saying okay, except on social media as meaning I forgot or we back where we stopped from. No, this is 0. We at 0 again. So we got to rebuild this. And that person acted as if nothing ever happened. And I was like,
that's crazy to me.
This door will remain shut.
Right.
Like I can't even crack that door and let a breeze in. Nope, can't let that happen because you're not even at a point where you can say I'm sorry. Right. Or accept for yourself, because I don't need the I'm sorry. The I'm sorry is for yourself.
Right.
That's your way of letting it go of something that you did wrong. But if you're not even willing to accept what actually happened, no, we know we can't do this. But there are moments when people can come back together and rekindle. And I've done that in certain relationships. And I've realized I've tried to do that in certain relationships, and it just didn't work.
I've yet to find anybody worthy of rekindling. Like I said, I drive into it because I don't like giving up people. And I drive into it until my back is against the wall. Right. Then I'm like, all right, I can't. It's nowhere else for me to go. I'm done. Have a nice life. And that's just how it goes. And people don't like it. People say it's phony. It's this, it's that. But that's just how it is.
And, but even if you were the person done wrong, you have to examine that and realize it's something that I'm holding on to feel that way. I'm not just discrediting anybody's feelings, but what I'm saying, you have to, when you let go, you have to completely, you can't have any part of you touching it because you'll stay in that simmering.
That's not necessarily what it is. Like, it's just when I'm done, I'm done. I don't wish you no ill, no nothing. Live your life.
Like they say, when a woman lets you out their heart, then you're out their heart.
Yeah, so it's no ill will or nothing. I just don't want nothing else to do with you.
So James Harrington said it's a lot of things we need to let go.
I was about to say, first of all, he responded to one earlier. He said if a person put dirt on your name, karma's going to get that person 100%. Now, I've seen that personally happen myself when people do put dirt on their names just for no reason. Like, why would you do something like that? And it comes back to bite them.
Well, that's a word, and we're gonna venture on that word like later in this series, and it's called narcissism. Yeah. So that's a whole other. Yes, when that starts happening, you have to. And you have to look at yourself and ask, do I have any signs of narcissism? Especially when pettiness starts to come out. Right. But we're gonna that's a whole nother topic, because amongst artists and amongst business owners, that word, that idea is starting to be more of a reality than anything. Because I have to make you look small in order to for me to stand up a little bit higher. And that higher for me may be still sitting down on the ground level, but I still got to be higher than you. And a lot of people, they don't want to take any type of responsibility in what they've done. And that's when narcissism comes into play. I am clean.
Right.
And then when you attack them, or you get, so a person that's narcissistic, the harshest thing that you could ever do to them is ignore them. Especially if it's coming from a real narcissistic place, ignore them and watch them explode in their life. Like really from the inside out, just explode and fall apart because you're not paying them any attention. And it happens because they try to control their time. So when you reach out to them, they don't say anything. They keep their distance, and that's their way of controlling the situation because they want you to get angry and upset. But when just reverse it on them, just ignore them, and you'll see the difference. But that's just something. A word that I had to look in the Urban Dictionary.
Snuggle said, I need to meditate. First of all, that's James Harrington.
Okay.
First of all, Snuggle.
Who is this James Harrington?
Right, he said there's a lot of things that we need to do, especially
We got to bring you on, Mr. Harrington.
Yes.
But let's go to a quick break before we do anything else. So we'll go to a quick break. Stay tuned, stay locked in, don't go anywhere. Please share it out. Tell people about this. Go to our Facebook page. Go to our website, www.bigexposedradio.com. Share it out. Let people know. Invite your friends. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on bigexposedradio.com.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
It is what it is. Radio show.
Go ahead. All right, listen. All right, Shay. Situation. Okay, I keep telling y'all.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is. Because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty when he rants about his staff.
Great. Can you come on. I told you stop touching that button. Why is it so loud? God. Did you turn one all the way up again? Do I have to come in there? God damn her. If it was going right, I would let you do your part, but I'm sorry, but it's just not functioning the way it's supposed to be. I told you about your business.
Well, Monty, if I can comment on the Jennifer Holliday situation, I can.
I know I'm live on the air. I'm sorry, 1 second. Okay. I know I'm live on the air. This is why this whole show is called Talk Lately. Anyway, let's get back to every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com. I know the weight is killing you. Suspense is building. All this stuff in the news keeps happening, and I'm not even here to talk about it. But look, on May 17th at 7 p.m., Talk Lately with me, Monty, is back. We can get into the gossip, all the entertainment news, the politics, everything. It's open to interpretation, but I'm going to put a spin on it with my flair of funny. And it all goes down right here on BeExposedRadio.com, and we on YouTube. So get ready. You should already be ready.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
About to come back. Welcome back. Just a little, behind the scenes talking. So we're right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show with me, your host Nate, my co-host SweetBaBy.
Hey.
And Mr. HullyWood.
Hey, how y'all doing out there?
Like, he was doing so good, and then he just brought it back.
I gotta bring it back.
His phone working. That's what I think it's his phone that does it to him.
So,
like I said in the first segment, we are doing a series of conversations this year where last year it was more so about being your best self. Like, it wasn't necessarily just cleaning out yourself, but just choosing to be your best self. When all else fails, is choose to be your best self. So this year, our theme is let's go get it. In order to travel that journey, you have to be as light and as comfortable as you can. So part of that lightening phase is clearing out all the stuff that no longer fits who you want to be.
Yes. Right.
And who you presently are, letting go of some of those things so you can go get it.
Praise him.
And to avoid all that, like, I see another way, like, to avoid all that, hey, can you forgive me for this, or I forgive you for that. Just be mindful of the company you keep,
Right.
And like, it's pretty much, if you gotta ask for forgiveness somewhere, you let negativity in. It's hard. Sometimes, like, you can't be positive 24/7. But if we,
you can't be positive 24/7, but in those hours that you're not positive, you can choose to be your best self.
And
So
you
just
can
tie it all together.
communicate. Like, that's another thing, that people get so lost in their heads and their own narrative and what they think happened.
Or inside conversation.
Instead of just talking to the person that you have an issue with. Don't send nobody to me asking me no questions about what do you have to say.
Right. Well, now you're involved in a third party for what? For no reason. If we grown folks and we adults and we mature, let's sit down, like you said, talk it out. And we come to a new agreement, or we come to an end. It's either or.
And all I need is to understand. I don't like questions. I like to ask questions.
But sometimes the questions are for the other person.
Right.
So we got to be able to sit down and come to the middle.
I don't like question marks. I want answers.
So you don't like being questioned?
I know. Not that I don't like being questioned. I don't like unanswered questions because then I'll start being crazy. I'll start trying to figure it out myself.
So part of this series is each show we're going to address a specific topic that helps us to get closer to our go get it. So what is it that you're going to get? So next week we're going to actually go in that direction. What is it that you want to go get? So you cleaned out all the stuff. Now, what is it that you want? The preparation phase starts. So that's next week. But this week we're dealing with forgiveness and just self-awareness.
Yes.
So tomorrow is more focused on self-awareness. We'll have author, host of Poets for Dinner, author of Paperless, Paperless? I should know this. I'm going to have the title down.
He had an encoding failure right there.
Author and poet, Miss Grace Givens will be joining us tomorrow for our second show of the year. But back on today, we're talking about forgiveness. So we're over necessarily whether we want to be forgiven or whether we want to forgive. We get into the things of what requires forgiveness or what in us gets to that place of saying I'm sorry or whatever. And for me, I'll always be that person that be like, if you didn't really mean it, you wouldn't have done it. So for me, once something has gone wrong, I'm not even looking for forgiveness. Part of me wants you to admit that it happened, and that's all I need. I've had one situation where I got into the who, what, when, where, how. The only time in my life that I don't even want to say I was cheated on because I really didn't even like the person. I really didn't even respect the person. But because a friend slept with this person, I was heated. And it was under my nose. And you know something, and it was just in you to know it. But it was just like you were so oblivious to it. And you just closed your heart off to it, like, nah.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
No,
they wouldn't do that.
And I didn't even want forgiveness. I just wanted acknowledgement. That person who I said I closed the door, that was the person. Because I could not imagine ever doing that to somebody.
Right.
And it wasn't even about the third party because I didn't even have feelings in that direction. It was just the fact that you did it. that person is disposable in my life. This is not supposed to be a disposable relationship.
Right.
So don't do things just don't do things. You won't have to say I'm sorry. You won't have to be in that space.
Don't make permanent decisions for temporary feelings.
Oh my God, okay.
I want to say you make it temporary.
That's the hard part when sex is involved. I understand that to be hard for people to accept that.
Well, if they come to an understanding, both parties, but that's a whole nother subject. But anyway,
sound like something personal.
No.
So we're gonna change the conversation slightly, and we're gonna talk about who we are in terms of what we want for 2018. So we know for the Artist Exchange and for Nate, it's hashtag Let's Go Get It. But for you, Damonn, for you, SweetBaBy, what is it for you? What is it? What are you looking forward to this year, and what are you coming off of from last year?
My journey started in 2016. And I was in a relationship, I would say I was 4 years in at that point, but at that point it was a really crappy situation. And I decided that I was going to do me. And I'm like, we ain't together no more. And I don't care what you say. But we were still kind of living together and still like in a quasi-relationship. But I started going out and dating and seeing what I wanted. And it was at a point where like I had to have somebody, like I had anxiety so bad that I had to have a safety person go out on dates with me.
And if you want to hear more of this, come back. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Be Exposed Radio.
Well, if you made them, take care of them.
Yeah, that's
period.
Real. Right. That's the real deal.
It's period.
Right. And all that old money shouldn't go toward this, money should go to. If the child is with one of the parents 24/7, 7 days a week, you don't even come get your child every day. You come get your child once a month maybe, or once every 3 months.
Right.
You cannot dictate where that money goes, especially if the child ain't calling you about nothing. Now, if the child calling you every week, then you can question about where the child support is going. But if every time you pick up the child, they look nice, they ain't complaining about nothing, why are you worrying about where the money go at?
It is what it is. Radio.
Last time on Talk Lately.
Government. I don't understand why. Look.
Good friends Trey, we're waiting for. We're going to get a phone call from him a little bit later on. I put the post up a couple.
It's time for a flashback.
Now I'm not going to say,
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
Let's go to the telephone. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thanks.
I have a problem. Hope you can, help me solve it. Give me an idea of something.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm 25 years old, and I'm a second grade teacher. And I've been engaged to my girl. Well, we've been together for about 2.5 years, and now we're engaged. Everything is going good with us. Back in October, I got a new student. And the child is being raised, he's a single, being raised by a single parent. Mm-hmm. So the father, came up to the school to meet me, they're new in the area. So, we started hanging out, just, watching games, going to bars, just chilling or whatever.
Gotcha.
Okay.
With your student's father?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just nothing, he's new in the area, you just want to know some spots to go out or whatnot. So,
gotcha.
Okay, one night we were sitting, watching TV, had a couple drinks, and as you would say, we just talking.
Get ready on the button.
Okay. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange. You back?
Yeah. We back.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. I'm Nate, your host. We have our co-host, Miss SweetBaBy.
Hey.
And Mr. HullyWood.
Hey, how y'all doing out there?
You're so whack for that.
It's the phone.
Yeah.
It gotta be.
It is. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm still off. Look. See?
Sorry.
Still dead.
Oh, dang.
Right.
Just going through the motion.
I'm
not going to talk because, Lord, last year was the year of the phone for Nate, and I'm not even going to talk about it because
my phone need to apply for disability. Disability.
I'm not doing it. I got my new case, and it's been. I went through like 4 phones last year.
I went through like trains, not the phones.
Because I can find a cord. I got about 50,000 cords at home. But so this year, like I said, we're doing a series of conversations in terms of in reference to our theme for this year, and it's Let's Go Get It. So what will it take for you to go get it?
So
for you to actually get it.
2006, back to my like, no, I'm joking.
Go ahead. No, I was going.
Really, back to my story. It's a meme out that was like 2016 was the caterpillar, 2017 was the cocoon, and 2018 would be the butterfly. And I actually said something similar to that before I even ever saw that. And like I said, 2016 was the awakening for me. That was when I decided that I was going to not be who I was.
Right.
So it took from
grow. Let's say grow.
Yeah. It took from then to now to get to a place where I can be a radio show host, where I can. Oh, y'all! I did my first sipping paint.
I saw the boobies.
That was something different. That was a body paint. I did my first body paint. Yes. I did my first body paint. And just doing these things like in 2016, even last year, I wouldn't have been able to. I'd have been like, oh my God, I can't do it. I can't. But now they like, oh yeah, you gonna go do this. And I'm like, I'm a what? And they're like, yeah, you can do it. And I did it. And that's just what I want 2018 to be for me. And that's what it's going to be for me. Like anything, there's no hesitation in anything that I feel like I can do. I'm just go for it.
Just go for it. And one of the hardest things is getting to a place where, and look at the messages. It might be somebody talking. One of the things is just eliminating fear.
Yes.
From who you are. And from your atmosphere, and sometimes that means letting go of people. Yeah. One of the things last year that I had to do is stop communicating with people. I would have friends that would, like clockwork, call me at 7:05 on a Friday, or ask me, "What you doing Friday night?" Or so let's do something on Saturday. What you doing Saturday around like noon? My show that I've been doing for over almost 4 years now, right. And those individuals. With no, judgment, I had to let go of those people. Because not only do you not respect what I am, that you don't even take the initiative to say, hey, this is what's going on in his life. Maybe I shouldn't call him at 7:05 and then get mad when he don't call or I push the ignore button on you. So letting go of people, places, things, ideas, stuff, those shoes that hurt your feet, let them go. Because they're preventing you from getting to where you're going because they're creating calluses and bunions on your feet. And you can't get to where you're going because now I'm hobbling.
All that friction.
Right. Those jeans that just get chewed up in the middle and they tear your inner thighs up. Let them go because they're not helping you to get to where you want to go. So what are those things in your lives, or we're going to go to him real quick, but what are those things in your lives that are keeping you from getting to be your better self? But I'll ask you the first question because I will never...
Repeat the first question.
Repeat the first question. So, where are you going in 2018, and where did you leave off in 2017?
Well, what I left off in 2017 is the people that's not... that are hazardous to me growing. Wow. So I did a lot of cutting off. Started staying to myself, reflecting more on my life, because sometimes I see it's like we know our friends better than we know ourselves. So we got to take time to know more about us, and that's what I've been doing. Just knowing more about me. So that's pretty much what I've been doing, and where I'm going in 2018. Oh, it's throwing me off. Where I'm going in 2018 is that. I just feel as though that I'm going to excel in my acting career, and I'm pretty much going to kick these doors open because I'm not taking no for an answer.
Kick them open.
And that's pretty much what I'm in 2018. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to try to get at least 3 movie deals or something like that.
So what were the things that was holding you back from being that artist that you
Wanted to be.
I'm sorry, being hairy is hard because you start
Fear.
rolling up in your shirt and
I'm watching, like, and your yawn keep getting like I'm
in my bed.
Yes, I'm like I be looking like, damn, I'm glad I don't have no beard.
And it's only I'm letting
It's
it
a
grow
lot.
out because I'm tired of cutting it. So what was holding you back?
I believe what was holding me back was pretty much fear. And
Fear
I think
and what?
fear, and sometimes it was the company I was around. You know, because I feel as though, you know, you'll start to become the company. You'll start to be or become the people you hang around with. So, you know,
So who
it's
you
just
hanging around with?
it was just no, nothing like that. It's just sometimes, you know,
Nothing
you
like that.
yeah, you know. But
Because they don't know they've been let go yet. They just haven't heard from them yet.
no, the company I have now, there's a really strong circle. We all have the same motivation to move forward, and we all want to grow. And pretty much, I'm just surrounding myself with more people like that,
Right.
instead of being around people that's not trying to go nowhere with their life, or they just trying to be stagnant in one place. So I feel as though is that like pretty much just study more and just surround yourself with people that has the same motivation as you, or even has stronger motivation than you, or just the will to continue and progress.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what I'm doing, and I counseled a lot because last year was my yes year.
There's a mic right there. Yeah.
Yes, last year was my yes year, so I was saying yes to everything. But this time, I'm knowing my worth, you know,
Right.
not to say yes to everything, and pretty much, yeah, and put people in their places. Like, you know, this is what it is, and this is how it's coming. And if you can't accept it, then
do that.
oh well.
So I spring things on the people that be in this room with me sometimes because I think when you spring things on people sometimes you get the most authentic answers and responses in them. You get the most authentic part of them. So we can go around the room and be honest, and if it's something that you can see that the other person can improve on, we can say that. Even if it's something that you see as a strong suit in them.
Lord.
So we can do that. You ready?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
So while you get ready, because I know he need ready for that. He need to get ready for it. So I'll ask you that question. What were some of those things that was holding you back?
Some of the things that were holding me back, being an empath and worrying about other people's
That word
feelings.
is there.
I'll still say that I'm still an empathic person.
Because you people like, and I don't say that people like you, you be so much in other people's head.
Yes.
That you can't even see your own thoughts.
I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to do that because
But it's not even you be in their mind, like what they're thinking.
I would be like, if I'm around, I would be physically sick if somebody wasn't right. And I still get that way, and I still get upset, and I still feel other people's stuff.
Yeah.
But I started removing myself from their heads.
Right.
Because that, in conjunction with actually getting their vibes and feeling them, like that's too much. And that was where the anxiety was coming from and all of that. Because I don't want to be around all y'all people. You ain't me crying and in my feelings and all y'all messed up.
I've learned that most people who are empath or who have strong empathy for others and things, they normally suffer with anxiety because they are so much outside of their own selves that you can't. That's just like a lost spirit. And anything can attach itself to that spirit and that energy, and you could be going down. And you normally see people like that. They normally are a little bipolar. They normally are a little all over the place because they're attaching themselves and I can't remember the name of the word, but they're kind of morphing into someone else for those moments, and then they jump out of that. And then like the movie Ghost, like the Patrick Swayze was like in this person's body and was becoming that person. But you still are you, so your body is naturally fighting and being aggressive, but you are taking on other people's thoughts that you think that they're thinking.
Exactly.
And it's not even what so you're in a whole nother realm of unrealistic reality.
So I had to get myself out of that, and that helped tremendously. Like I said, I still feel people's stuff. Like, what was I was watching Dave Chappelle's special, and he started talking about Emmett Till, and I just started crying. Like even at it was a guest we had on the show last year, and she was talking about her son being killed. I just started crying, and I feel that stuff.
Yeah. Right.
So, but I had to take myself out of people's heads. Like, in addition to feeling whatever you giving off, I can't be trying to think about what you're thinking too, because that's too much, and that starts making me crazy.
Because now you're having a conversation as somebody else with somebody else, and you're like, and you get. I've had friends that are like that.
Right.
One of my really good friends, Kyle, is like that. Y'all met Riga. She's like that, and it's. I don't mean to put up people's names, but it happens because then you start trying to play chess with the people around you, and then that turns into a manipulation and control, and it can spiral out of control. Right. So let's just get to a real place.
I was emotionally screwed last year, though. To be honest with you, like that's what helped me back a lot too. You
don't say a lot. Did I start the game?
I don't speak a lot because I know. Okay, yeah, I can see where you say that. Because when it comes to me, I normally keep everything to myself because I'm used to just dealing with it.
All right, let SweetBaBy go because I just went. So SweetBaBy, and then you can explain yourself. So one of my issues with HullyWood is that he doesn't communicate.
Yes.
I can't even say effectively. He doesn't
communicate. All. Just period. I agree with that.
Like for personal issues, you mean, or just
in general?
Just not as personal, just in general.
All right, because
it could be as simple as I don't want to do that, and you won't communicate that.
I don't know.
Sorry to harp on you.
It's good. It's good. Put me on the box, so it's okay.
That's my.
Well,
I didn't want the lady at Artscape to braid my hair, but you still sit down and let the Artscape lady braid your hair.
Yeah, just the experience, I never let a white person do my hair before. So it was like
a cornrow like that.
Right. But no, I'm so used to just keeping.
I just see it starting way back. It was like all his hair.
Yeah, she had it like way back here or something like that. Yeah. But like for like many years, I've dealt with a lot of things. So I felt as though like even though I have parents and whatnot, they love me. But me personally, I felt like nobody was pretty much there for me. So I always kept a lot of things to myself. And me communicating, every time I did try to communicate with people, it would always come back and backlash at me. Or if I did, like, if I just try to speak out on certain things, like, no one would listen. So
you're the oldest?
I'm the youngest. And, like, I don't know. It was just sometimes I felt as though, like, I just keep it into myself. I don't want to disturb or mess up the vibes or the energy. Stuff like that. Yeah, because I don't like bringing bad news. I don't like telling people no, stuff like that. Or, I just had a lot of issues with that with me because.
But imagine how much more you damage. Like, I would rather you hurt the feeling versus you cause more stuff. And then, I mean, this, it's not harping on you because I'm quite sure I'm about to get mine. But it just, communicating helps you out. Because then it takes you off the hook, and then anxiety works both ways. Like you could be outwardly anxious, or it could be inwardly anxious, which causes strokes and heart attacks and panic attacks and all those things because you're building all this stuff up, and then one day you just explode or you do something that is hurting yourself, and you've already burnt all these other bridges, but now it's turning on yourself. Which sometimes if it manifests itself into a heart disease or a stroke or something, you can't come back from that sometimes.
True. I don't know. I just gotta learn to just let it out. But sometimes that's the hard part. Like I said, because for many years.
Start with this. Yes. No.
I can better type out how I feel than actually speak it.
I do too.
Okay. Actually, so we gonna start texting more.
So like I can tell you everything on how I feel, but like, because sometimes if I feel as though I say it, it might not come out as how I feel.
Right.
But that's because you have not, and it's a study. It was a couple studies that were done with children that weren't. When you don't teach your children how to communicate, when they become adults, they don't know how to have conversations. So they normally resort to either arguments or not saying anything. So you have to do it, even if it sounds stupid at first or if it doesn't come out.
Right.
You still have to do it. Sometimes I'll be talking and one word comes out and it'll be sideways and I say the other word backwards, I have to, and if you notice it, I'll just keep talking because you just have to keep communicating. So we're going to communicate a little less because we'll go to break. So we'll be right back. Don't forget, share it, like it, all that. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I had got drunk one night. This is the night that I put my head through the window and everything. So.
Why would you do that?
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
So now we are in reactive mode. You know, with our young people, we don't spend enough time working with them, preparing them, inspiring them, mentoring them. And so now we're faced with a generation that's like, I'm going to do my own thing. Right. I have no respect for you. Because what have we done to help them except to say that, like I was telling the HL7, that, you know, I get highly upset when adults forget that they were ever young. And the first thing they say is young people are up to no good. You know, well, you're not helping them. What are you doing to inspire them? Right. So to me, that's reactive because now that they're in the street cutting up, now you like, oh, we need to do something with our children, or we need to start schools earlier so we can get them off the street, or we need to do this. To me, that's reactive.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
This is Tyree Miles, also known as Mr. Miles the Writer on Instagram, Fly T Miles.
Hip Hop K, that's Hip Hop Kzar. Hip Hop K on IG, hip_hop_K.
Oh look, we coming here with this new show called It Is What It Is, where we come with views, y'all.
And it's coming on every Friday, 9 to 11. Check us out.
Make sure y'all get with us. We'll be talking about any and everything because it is what it is.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artists, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out.
Exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature. And I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do. And I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular. It's getting that person money. It's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, yes. And I was thinking, like, you know,
the Artist Exchange Radio
So, Jacqueline.
Show.
Yes, Mom? I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew.
Wait.
Mom, what?
What? Hold
What'd
on.
you say? Wait a sec, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Thank you for tuning in to BeExposedRadio.com. Sit back, relax, and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
basis for it to look like something.
Right.
And I was like, I found out how much the one site I was at was paying the person that owned the company.
Right.
And when it got to me and the other person that was working that site, I was like, wait, where from this to this, there's a big amount of money missing.
Right.
And we only saw her on payday. So what the hell happened from this day to this day
Right.
that made this amount different from this amount?
Right.
Now, I don't want all of this, and I don't want you to go without because I know you pay taxes for this. But at what point do you say, well, you know, this person is doing a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to pay them fairly. Mm-hmm. And that's why we have so many, for that example, that's why we have so many summer or after school programs and arts programs now, because people realize how much this person was getting paid.
Right.
And say, you know what, okay. And that's why the amount is starting to be so minuscule, because now instead of this one organization going after this one person, it's 10 organizations going after this one person. So the money is so, competition can swing the other way.
Right. Because
they could force the supply to pay even less, because all y'all want to do this, okay, so I'm paying this amount now.
Right.
See, so, but you got to be able to define that from the beginning.
Right, because that's what I do now. Like I told him, I pretty much put him in his place, let him know what's up, because I know my worth. Like I went to college for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I got like paperwork behind what I do, and I feel as though that.
But it's putting yourself in your place, because he was only doing what you allowed him to do.
Yeah.
It's you having to make a decision that this is what I'm accepting. But see, you don't want your phone to stop ringing.
Exactly.
And when your phone stopped ringing, it's because I've said I'm not leaving out my house without this amount. So now they only go call you when that amount comes, or they just never go use you again.
Right.
So
yeah.
I would rather you never call me again versus you keep calling me with something that you know it's costing me more to get there, eat, and get back home than I'm actually taking and being able to save.
Right.
And that's not their responsibility. That's your responsibility. But you have to get over that thing of you not wanting your phone to stop ringing. Because the moment you get over that, then you're opening yourself up to
a lot.
Right.
And then once your phone do ring, you know, okay, this is what I want.
Exactly. Without even it being a question, because they know without a shadow of a doubt, this is what, okay, I know this person not going to work for less than this. And then when you start conversations with new people, you're already at that point. So it can only go up higher. And I'm not lowballing my stuff. I don't do that patenting system where I add on a couple so we can negotiate. No, I don't do. This is what it is.
Right.
So you can either go higher or meet that.
Right.
And that's it. So, and when I start doing this, yes, the phone stopped ringing, but the phone conversations start coming more and more.
Right.
When people realize I wasn't playing.
Right.
So people only call me now when they know it's this type of opportunity.
Right.
So,
and pretty much I learned really learned my value. So
who you want to go next? Me or?
SweetBaBy.
What I'm doing.
So you have to do to her what we just did.
Okay, give it to me.
Ooh, you go, Nate.
I'm sorry, did that throw you off?
I told you can't explain stuff. You gotta like ease it on them. So, SweetBaBy, I would say your aggression, the same thing that he has with communication, you have that in your aggression and your pursuit of what you want. So you waited so long to do what it is, so when you jump out there, you're really aggressive with it. And it could go a little bit more, it can have a little bit more of a rhythm to it and more purpose, and you don't come across as just like this shark.
Yeah, give it to me.
Right, and you have to really pace yourself. But just like with Damonn, the lack of communication, the lack of activity, and the lack of pursuit in your dreams left you with, okay, I'm going to take on all of this at one time, and I'm not going to, like, not do anything. But then you start realizing, I can't say yes to everything, because every group, just because we're doing the same thing don't mean we're supposed to do it together. So, for me, the shark SweetBaBy can be a little bit more, not necessarily softer, but when you start really examining what you're being a part of. That's why I gave you a month of just doing one show and deciding which show every week to do, opposed to saying, okay, join the team, because I learned my lesson that you can't just bring people on without knowing who they are first. I do a lot of sit down, let's talk about this, let's see, because I want to know if you serious about it.
Right.
And if you're not, I see that. Because in that month, you were like, I'm not doing this because I want to be on a show. I'm not. And then I know when people aren't doing it. And I know when people are being patient and they're going to jump out of the gate. I can see because I watch people. Because I'll say things and just for a response. Let me see what you say. What was your response for me? But that's what I would see. Just now that you've done it for a year, now go back and say what worked, what didn't work. Now I can choose what I want, and I can start putting things on my calendar in a way where I'm not slighting anybody, but I'm really being more methodical with how I'm choosing what I'm doing. Because it could have been that the groups that you were a part of or the things that you were doing may not have been for you, but because you just jumped in, they assumed that you were ready for this level of whatever, and you may not have been. So when the conflict came in was, I'm not ready for that. Well, your actions said I'm ready for that. So just being more methodical, I would say, and not just a shark that's just going to jump in there. But we'll get Damonn's response when we come back from this quick commercial break. So let her sit on that and let her simmer in that. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. The Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BigExposedRadio.com. I'm sorry, I had gummy bears in my bag.
Everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired Radio Show.
So, since we're talking about the book, can you give people a synopsis of what the book is and what's the name of the book again, and then what it's about?
The name of the book is From Trial to Afflictions. More than one, because there were more than one afflictions.
Yes.
The book is talking about, actually, it's my life story. And I have to add in there that when that prophet told me, he said, tell your story, write the story. He said, and God said, tell your addiction. Now, see, I'm not going to tell the addiction because you have to get the book to read it. But it was about deliverance. It was about all the, trials and tribulations we go through. People that come into our life, even people that come to try and break you down or draw you down so that you can't stand for God or worship Him through your situation, because that's the adversary using them. We have to know that. But through it all, I was still praying and fasting. I needed help from God. I really did. I needed help from God to see me through. And for anyone that's going through, I say that this book is about different afflictions.
Yes.
Going through them, how you get through them. And I had a sister pushing me too, praying for me. I thank God for that again.
Yes.
But it also talks about deliverance. There is deliverance in the process.
Yes.
And you have to be willing to see yourself first, to know that you need deliverance.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
I don't like stuff in my mouth. It's after what you was talking about.
It's in this commercial closing.
No, seriously, I don't. I'm a germaphobe.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
My theme music, and I would know. I see your Big Thumb. What's up? Welcome back to... Eric is a little temperamental. We gonna give Eric his too. Well, he's not gonna accept it, but... So welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. We're doing a round robin of our opinions of each other. And we're taking it. We're getting good. We got 3 down and 3 more to go. And see how this game ends. So I said to SweetBaBy that her ferociousness and her eagerness in jump-starting stuff, because she been like being held back. And when you let that block go and you just went out there and just started, you joined the organization right out of the gate. Just right out of the gate, and without examining like which one's the best one, which one works best. And I'm not saying it was a wrong decision, because you had to learn some things in making decisions, but everything that you're doing all at one time without really putting whether I want to be with this. What is this long term, short term? Is this just until I get to this, or because your intentions on something will do more damage to the relationship versus you just saying this is what I want, this is where I want to go, or just listening to what this person feels about their organization and just saying, or not even organizations, partnerships, or just relationships in general. But yeah, I just think you catapulted so fast that you didn't give yourself time to really examine the who, what, when, where, how, in terms of what is being given versus what you're given. So I think this year you should just pace yourself and just really, look at your schedule, clear it, and just start putting in, what helps you. And I don't really listen to a lot of what Ply says, because he's crazy. But he said something really profound. If this relationship isn't give and take, then it shouldn't be a relationship. Right. No matter what it is. If I'm not giving you what you're giving me, then this should not be happening. And that's one of the reasons why I stop midway. You good? So what's happening here? What's going on, Damonn? Tell me something, say something. I do that so much because I've seen organizations where that is not happening, and people start, going against what the mission of something is, because you're not examining my needs. My needs aren't being met, and you just want, and you're not giving anything. So I do a lot of that, and sometimes it's probably annoying, but I do that because I want to make sure everybody is being fed.
And everybody on the same, right? And everybody's on the same page,
Okay.
No fault. That was good, Reese.
So it's Damonn's turn now.
I really don't know, because I like how you are. I like how you attack the field. Yeesh. I don't know. I don't really look at the negatives.
It doesn't have. It's constructive.
I mean, I know it's constructive, but
he don't see a thing wrong. It's like, no, I'm doing
it. You just so nice. You gotta just be aggressive sometimes.
Me? I mean, I don't. I like Zakiya. She's cool. I mean, I don't see no. No, it's not even a cool. But
see, okay,
if me judging her as a person, or if I see like
what could I improve
so I'm gonna
on
tell
professionally?
I'm gonna tell you right now. So we'll go back to him real quick.
Okay.
So when you get to the point where you're paying people,
right,
I'm gonna need for you to be better at this.
Right.
When you're in charge of things, when you're leading, when your name is on the line, I need you to get stronger with being able to have constructive criticism, because then your business doesn't move because this one person is standing still in the midst of whatever this is. So you got to be good at saying, it's not even like I don't want to hurt anybody.
It's not even hurting. Like
he liked the fact that I'm a shark.
No, I mean, because that may work for him, because then he doesn't have to be the shark. So I see how that works for him. But what is in looking at SweetBaBy for the 4 or 5 months that you've known her now,
right?
Like what do you see she could improve on? based on what you've seen? And what
I'm gonna tell you what I feel like I could improve.
We probably more topics we could talk about, or just being more, I don't know, open-minded to things.
I'm open-minded.
Like, that's what I'm saying. She's open-minded.
I operate.
All right, but
so
okay.
The whole idea of this is you can't. She
Okay, all right.
Open-minded. Okay, well, you're open-minded. Like, you can't. If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. This is from
I don't know, it was probably
perspective.
like one interview we did. I felt as though like she wasn't as open-minded. I can't remember which one.
I remember which one.
But
It was when I was
besides that,
sending
it was just saying like.
Shout out to him and his new baby. Yes.
Oh man,
she's baby.
I'm
trying to think.
I'm always late. I'm gonna put that out there.
But you get to do it, but you have to honestly look at it and say it. I'm not, and it doesn't.
And it's crazy because I really would have to think about something when it comes to Zakiya, because I don't tend
now watch
to
when it gets to me. It just comes
look at the negatives. Like, oh, Nate, let me tell you about you, bro. No. But I really don't see no flaws. Like you can see
it's
more
not
than.
But it's like what I gave her isn't a flaw.
It's constructive criticism.
It was what I saw her happening and how I could see her improving on it. Like it doesn't have to be like, you know what, Zakiya, I think like if
you doing too much.
Looking at a different person one more time, like it's not like that. It's more so, how can you help her improve on who she is? Look at it that way.
Oh, well, I would just say honestly, be more open-minded. You know, we talk about a lot, or you know, sometimes it's hard for us to hold topics. So I just and I see. Yeah, I mean.
Am I open-minded?
Yeah, I need a definition.
All right, when people sometimes when it comes to like when I see it, like or sometimes when I see when we get on certain topics, like far as one is like religion, I see how she acts towards that, and it seems like she goes off somewhere else when it starts talking about religion based.
She goes to her feelings.
I don't go to my feelings. I go to a place where somebody told me two things to not talk about: politics and religion.
Right.
My religious beliefs are not the typical Black Baptist Christian beliefs, but I don't knock people that believe in that. But the stuff that I have to say ain't the stuff that people want to hear, and I don't like getting into that because I don't really care that much.
But in this room with the Artist Exchange, nobody is ever on trial. So your opinion is your perspective in the conversation. So I don't ever want to create an atmosphere in here where people don't feel like, and we've had, even that day, I said, say what it is that you feel. Like, even if it's not what I feel, say what it is that you feel. I need to know what you feel. So we meeting at the table, we all know, you know, and part of us learning each other, we have to know what our hot button issues are. And some people are afraid to reveal it, and some people are afraid to ask for it because then that creates an explosion. Well, it becomes an explosion when I keep hitting that button, not knowing that's what your button is. Or when someone comes in here.
I know what my buttons are.
When somebody comes in here where they feel extreme left. I had what's his name? I cannot remember his name. During the riots, he was like everywhere, and he's the person who cussed out Jamal Bryant.
Oh, that guy.
Okay.
I had him in this room with I don't know if anybody knows who Donald Glover is. He's another radio personality. He's another radio, and he likes to just pick. He's a good instigator. So him in this room with I cannot remember that PF something. I can't remember his name, but the guy who cussed out Reverend Jamal Bryant during the uprising, who embarrassed him on live, and Donald Glover. And then I had an individual here from Beautiful Struggle. What's that organization? They basically do a lot of like grassroots politics with jail, the prison system complex, a lot. So all three of these different individuals in here, and in my mind, I just said, this is about to get ugly. But in my mind, I already knew who these people were based on what I've read and what I researched, but it was really hard to not have them jump down each other's throat.
Right.
And not, So we had to come to a commonality that you're allowed to have your opinion, you're allowed to have your opinion, you're allowed to have your opinion. It's my show, so ultimately it's my opinion. But we have to really be able to respect each other in terms of we gonna have a difference of opinion, but we have to be able to sit down and share that without feeling like I'm being ostracized for my opinion. I want you to share your opinion and without feeling like you fighting.
Right.
Or you can't be heard. I want everybody to feel like they can have their opinion because then we're not having a conversation.
Right. Well, as far as religion goes, like I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
So and that, but to say that to people that like that's your life. So that's why I tend to stay out of it because I don't care one way or the other. That's your business.
Because
so
you
it's not
give
for
them
me
enlightenment.
it's not for me to get into. You know. Praise your God however you gonna praise your God. That don't have nothing to do with me and you. Unless you gonna allow it to have something to do with me and you. Oh, you don't believe in Jesus and I can't deal with you. All right, cool.
Right.
So that situation, like I tend to not because it don't matter to me.
Right.
My best friend is a devout Christian. Like she go to church several days a week. And she talked to me about stuff. She give me Bible quotes and verses and this and that.
But y'all have a commonality beyond y'all difference in religion.
And that's me with everybody. And that's why I try to bring it up because it don't have nothing to do with me. I don't care about religion.
Right. But you're able to take the dosage that she gives to you because of the commonality that you have.
Because I'm open-minded.
I really, it's hard to find something because everything I see
but what he could have been saying, you can correct me, people who you don't know, before you find that commonality, you already choose a side. And I don't know if that's what you meant. But
anyway, cause it's like, I just don't want to hear nothing to do with it. I'm like, just be attentive.
It's not that I don't want nothing to do. It's just I don't care. Like, how do you care about something you don't care
about? But
about?
It's not care. It's just being open to the conversation of just.
And it don't move me. Like, it's not something that moves me. And religion is a moving experience for people. So I'd be like, well, y'all go ahead and I'll listen. Like, I'd be taking little gems or whatever. But it's not.
But you don't ever have a question as to where their faith is, or you just don't want to get into it.
No, I don't care. Like it don't have like I feel like faith and all of that is a personal thing. It don't have nothing to do with me.
Right.
So for you to be like, oh Jesus, oh God, oh church, da 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 da, take meds, like I don't know, not like okay, I don't agree with that because that don't.
But they'll bring your opinion. But part of I think what he was saying is join the conversation from your lack of concern for that. Because then that creates a question. Well, why do you have a lack of concern? Because this is how I feel, and this is why I believe.
Well, and we've had that conversation. Because I don't feel like you need. I feel like people lean on religion for moral guidance.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I don't need.
But that's your perspective. So join the conversation with that perspective. But just join the conversation. If that's all you have to bring to the table, that's what you have. But don't limit, because we're on a show where it's a conversation. So when one person doesn't have an opinion, it then becomes, well, why is she in the corner quiet? She's not saying anything. But come in as you don't have to match what I feel, but you can just bring in your perspective, your point of view.
Yeah, your point of view. Just like, well, I understand yours, but my point of view is this, and this is it, and this is why, and this is that, and why I think that way.
And this like, be contradictory to what they say, if that's where your opinion or your perspective comes from. But don't eliminate yourself from the equation. Because what happens when you're on a bigger platform and it's your 9 to 5 to have a perspective, even if it's different. So you have to start from somewhere, but just including yourself in it.
I don't like confrontation. Y'all making
so that's what we have to get at.
Confrontational issues.
So now we're getting to it, and that's the point of this exercise. So what is that thing that keeps you from whatever we brought up is,
Because I'm ratchet. Like, I'm going to start fighting. I'm trying to be better.
And that's how you get better. This is our practice. This is our
and that's
practice.
my whole thing. Like, this year I said, I'm not fussing. I'm not yelling at nobody. Either we going to talk or I'm going to hit you in your mouth.
Dang.
Let's not hit each
Keeping
other.
my body down.
So most of the time, all of the time so far, it's been conversation.
I don't want you to hit anybody.
I don't want to turn up.
I hate confrontation.
We got a couple more minutes, so it's my turn. I don't care. I don't care.
You go first.
Nate.
I gotta think with Nate.
You gotta let go some, bruh.
Me?
Yes.
That's my baby.
I've even I've taken. We have a lot of conversations, and I've taken heat, and I would even say that this is probably one of the bubbliest times that I've been on here because I've been listening to you, and I said I'm gonna come into you 2018. And like we've talked, like I said, and all of the stuff that you said you want and what you need, I'm gonna give it, and I'm gonna prove to you that you so that you can go ahead and let go, because you are very, 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 very hands-on, and you like this stuff to be a particular way. It got to be like this, it got to be like that, and this is how it is, and this is how I saw it, and this is how it's supposed to be. And if you ain't doing it like that, and you ain't with the program, you gotta go ahead because
I'm out. Like,
this is Nate's show. And I'd be like, true. So because you put that faith in me to be able to give you what you need, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, Mister.
He said, "All right, enough."
No, I let you say it. We got a couple minutes. Go ahead. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
I'll turn around.
Nate. Still trying to think of something because I really don't be looking at for the negative stuff, you know. But I'm looking at everything positive.
It's sitting right there. You're like, I'm not gonna say that.
No, it's actually honestly
it's
nothing sitting right there.
I had mine as soon as you said it. Like both of y'all.
I had my last
it's not negative.
I
don't think
no, it's not negative.
So
right?
far.
It's not negative. It's like
because there's a reason. Like at the bottom of hers, it was confrontation. I don't like confrontation.
Right. Same. I don't like confrontation either. I would say,
I love it.
I think sometimes you put too much stress on yourself about certain things that's going on here that, you know, actually like we all can come together, or some things that can actually just be put aside. And I'm like, I believe you work your mind. You work your mind a lot.
Okay.
Overload. A lot. Yeah.
Well, just
because you want everything like it's like. You're OCD with time.
I am.
Like you got crazy OCD. I'm like, bro, it's gonna be alright, man. Calm down. It's gonna be relax.
And I am very calm in everything that I do. One of the things is, so imagine if you were at the helm of your dream.
Correct.
And one of the posts that I made in coming into this year was I had an issue with calling my dreams by your name, or it was something that my dream started being called by your dream's name.
Right.
So I made it my passion to make your dreams a reality and your dream a reality. But at the end of that, I forgot about mine.
Right.
So when you want something to work, and when you want to make that dream more than just a reality, but your dream come true, you have to fight for it. And part of everybody that's been my host on this show up until this point, that's the one issue that I have, that you can check in and out of your dream, and I'm unable to do that. I'm unable to do that, and I see right, and I like you're catapulting yourself so far ahead because of the time that you wasted not living out your dream and then living vicariously at times. But when you are, this is something that I've been working for forever, and I don't dispute anything that you said because I own it. I want to be able to let go, but I haven't met individuals that allowed me to be able to do that. So it's hard to really not wear all the hats when you're at the helm of your dream and you see it, you can feel it, and you see all the things coming together. But then the team is like, well, it's gonna happen. It is gonna happen.
But
with
you gotta
or
put
without
in that
you.
work.
But you gotta, and it gotta be consistent,
Yep.
and it has to be. You gotta go for it because dream. You see the people who are living their best selves. They didn't stop.
Right.
They kept going. They made it work wherever they were. And part of my issue is I'm not willing to settle anymore.
Right.
And I settled for a long time because I would just, okay, I'll put this to the side. So let's make this work. And it got to a point where it was going great. This was actually coming to be, but I didn't have any ownership in that. So I can't claim any of that because that's not my dream. That was your dream. And actually, I didn't want to do that. I was just good at helping you get to your best self.
Right.
That's a gift that I have, or I say it as a talent. It's not necessarily my gift to be in charge of a cleaning company. I had a friend that had a cleaning company, and I did all the marketing, I made everything, hired all the people, and now she's living off of that. I can't get any credit for that because that's not even what I want to do.
Right.
Like, so part of that is, like, you see me being more aggressive. And a lot of my friends, they don't know this person because it was very, yeah. So part of that is they know the person that was always giving out. They never saw Nathan, like, focus on his dreams. So that's why a lot of them didn't think that the radio show would go past the first year. Because they was like, oh, he gonna get bored with that and just come back over here and help us some more. And when they see, oh no, my friend just came up here to visit. She thought that week was going to be party week. Ask how many times she came to this radio station. Every night that she was here, we came to this radio station because I had things I had to do.
Right.
Or it wasn't about going out. So we can go out, we go to one place, we can eat, and then we got to go back home. Because I got to be well rested for the Nathan. They was used to the Nathan that was just dependable Nathan. Whatever you needed, that's who I was. And I had to reserve a lot of that and pull back a lot of that because I wasn't, at the next day, I wasn't getting accomplished anything. I was too tired. I would go to my job, but then I was too tired to really do what it is that I wanted to do after the fact. And then I was in a bunch of groups, artist groups. I was in a theater company. I was in an artist group. I was working at an art gallery. So I was living out other people's dreams, but as an actor, I had a group that I was in, a theater company that I was in for 10 years. Not the beginning of last year, she sat down in a conversation with me and her and told me she didn't know that I wanted to be an actor. What? I've been in this group since I was 23, 24. And you did not know in these 10, 11 years that I wanted to be an actor. And I was mad at her, one, because that was bullshit. But aside from that, it was my problem because I never made my dreams part of the conversation. So what we doing this play? Okay, so you need me to do this? Okay, I'll do that.
Right.
And then I start seeing my roles getting diminished because other people were coming into the group and saying, well, I want to do this. And I wasn't doing that. I wasn't communicating.
Right.
And then when I did what you did and I just jumped straight ahead, people didn't know how to accept that part of it.
It's like pretty much helping other people make it, but not we actually looking out for ourselves.
But I made it my job to make your dreams come true. And that a lot of us can get. So what happens? So
complacent.
People who can do, people who can't teach, and I started being the person who can't. So I just started teaching it. I became a theater teacher. I started doing jewelry making classes, the PR marketing that I'm touching on now. I started doing that for people. So I started teaching people to do what it is that I really wanted to do.
And that's how I felt. I'm like the same boat. Like when I started doing the film work, like I really don't want to do film. I want to act. That's what I want to do. But it's like I did so much of that. It's like I forgot what I was losing track of what I was really.
Because behind the camera, behind the scenes, you are sitting there. You know everybody's lines. You know everything wherever because you're waiting for that opportunity. But you're sitting there sitting on time, and then what happens? You 34, about to be 35. I'm talking about myself now. And you like, oh, my time is going. You know, the cute phase is going away.
Right.
Oh, adorable chubby cheek is going away.
I might look
that's
young.
I felt that way because it was one of my friends. He's a great actor named James Donahue, and me and him was actually on a few sets together way back in like 2005 or 6 or something like that. And then I look at him today, I'm like, wow, he actually like, man, I was like, I'm supposed to be exactly where he's at right now. You know, getting all these deals like back to back movie deals, doing this and that. And I look at some of my other actors, and they was doing the same thing. They progressing in the acting. I'm like, man, you know, maybe I just need to stop doing for other people. You know, stop doing all these films and doing all this stuff.
Balance it though,
and then just
because
my acting career.
That is getting you in the door. That's getting people to know you. That's giving you something to do when you don't get that role.
Right.
Because that's one of the things I did. I learned how to be the stage manager.
Right.
I know how to hook up a wig. I know how to do makeup. I know how to create a costume. I know how to set a stage. I know how to do everything on that stage. Because y'all met James Brown when he came here. But he's the person who taught me a lot of that stuff. And other people as well. But I learned everything because everybody looked at me and I didn't look like the leading man in something. So I was like, well, I'm going to just learn everything because they're going to realize how hard I work and they'll be like, let me just put you in this. So I started getting roles because an actor would flake out and they needed somebody the day before. And who knew all their lines? I knew all their lines because I could see who was about to get kicked out. So I would just learn that person's lines. And then you sitting in the booth, you know the person's lines because you're sitting there reading them every rehearsal.
Right.
So that's how I started getting parts. Oh, they think he can learn lines quick. I really can't because I needed the same amount of time. But this has been an awesome conversation. I think we got to some truths. We're going to do this more often. I think it's a good purging.
Yes.
Yeah.
When Damonn isn't afraid anymore.
Real quick, can I throw in there the grand introduction of the Mini Hip Hop Museum at 823 East Baltimore Street is January 19th through the 21st. Spots are filling up. If you want to attend, please send an email to minihiphopmuseum@gmail.com.
Well, you got 2 tickets right here.
Yes, Media Brunch. Y'all are invited to the Media Brunch. That is on the 19th. I'll give you details about that. But yes, the weekend of the 19th to the 21st is the grand introduction of the Mini Hip Hop Museum and the reopening of the Sand Gallery, of which I am marketing manager. So I'm wearing 2 hats at the Mini Hip Hop Museum / the Sand Gallery, 823 East Baltimore Street. Come out, follow us on Facebook and on Instagram.
So this has been another edition of the Artist Exchange Radio Show with myself, Nate, SweetBaBy.
Hey.
And Mr. HullyWood.
Hey.
Join us tomorrow at 12 p.m. with Miss Grace Givens, author, host, poet. She'll be joining us talking about her new book, her upcoming 2018 season with Poets for Dinner and so much more. So join us again, the conversation. Let's go get it. The Artist Exchange Radio Show only on BigExposedRadio.com. Up next, It Is What It Is Radio Show.
What was that address? 823 what?
Just a Bit Outside Radio Show.
There is one glaring stat that